In fact, with that, we're going to head back to Westbury, where residents are back on the streets protesting those ongoing water cuts. My colleague Sitheliswa is on the scene there, and despite calls from the national government for calm, to allow workers to restore some of that supply. Sitheliswa, let's just talk about what the situation looks like now. It was certainly getting very heated and heightened a little bit earlier. What is happening right now where you are?
Certainly, Arabile, when we left the fuel road where the protest is essentially happening, tensions were quite high. But I just thought, Arabile, let me show you exactly what these residents are complaining about. We are in one of the houses, one of the residents' houses, where there is no water. They have not had water for a couple of days now. As you remember, that there was that switch on and switch off of water, that only lasted a couple of hours. And so I just want to bring you in and show you just, some of the challenges that they are facing because of this lack of water. Now, with me is my guest, Samantha Brown, who is the owner of this house where we are. Samantha, I do see some bottles, and this essentially says to me that you have to now fetch water. Tell me about how this process comes about.
Okay, now the problem is, ma'am, we have to go to Sewage Park or the cemetery to go fetch water, or we need to pay people to go fetch water for us. Every day we don't have money to send the people to go fetch water for us. There's the struggle. I have to cook water to wash in a pot. And there the back, can I show you there the back how it look, please, ma'am?
Okay. All right. So, Arabile, I do want to show you, as she was mentioning, that she has to now fetch water from a place that's close by, which is Sewage Park, which is one of, the frustrations that this community has. But right at the back of her house is a sewer problem. And as you step into this area, it's quite, the stench is quite evident. She has told us that every time there is a water shutdown, or a water is essentially shut, then this sewer then clogs up into her yard. And I don't know if you can see, where her house is, it is just surrounded by other houses. So essentially there is no pipe that extracts the water out into the outer sewage, and saying that the water supply, or rather this sewer, is from the fuel road where the protest is happening. But I'm going to bring her in to tell us, quite the implications, or rather, the situation that she faces whenever this happens. Samantha, if you can just come to me and, let's talk about the effects of the sewer in your life and in your health, rather. And as I can see that you have a young boy who does stay here with you. How does this affect you?
So the thing is, I'm scared sometimes I leave the gate open, my child will fall in there, and it stinks, it smells the whole house. I can't even open the door.
Yeah.
You see, when it's hot, I have to close all the doors. I can't even open the door.
Yeah. But tell me about these water tankers, and pardon us for that, for that language, Arabile, and our guest. But tell me about the water tankers that you've told us about earlier, that they supply water. How often does it come?
They don't come at all. That's why we're so angry. We just want water. They don't come out. They were here once last week or once. And it's not right.
Yeah.
You don't clean right. You don't wash right. You can't do anything right at all with a little water.
Now tell me, when you report this to the municipality, what they say?
I reported it first, so the people of Langlata, what is this place name? I'm not so sure what's the place name, but they came, they fixed it at first. After that, the second time when I called them, they said, no, it's a private job. But after that, the man explained, it comes from Furo, the sewage from there where it's blocked, it comes here. Yeah.
And the neighbors, are you the only person that has...
I'm the only person, yes. The other neighbors, only the geezers are are broken, that's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for talking to us, Samantha.
Thank you.
Arabile, that is Samantha Brown, who is one of the residents here in Westbury. As we've explained earlier on, you know, that the situation is quite dire, and now this is causing a health scare. As she mentioned also that she is living with her 2-year-old son who does get affected, or she actually is scared that he might open this gate and fall into that situation. And it is quite inhumane. It's quite an inhumane way of living. And how they fetch water is by collecting water from nearby, areas. And they have called out, to say that there has to be intervention. As you know that, if majority of these people here are not working, so they often have to dig deep into their pockets to ensure that they buy water essentially to drink and to do their day-to-day activities like cooking as well, and even taking medication. We spoke earlier on, Rabile, to an elderly person that explained to us that for now 2 days she has not had water to take her medication, and this is quite a scare. Some of the situations that is happening, that some of the problems that this community of Westbury is faced with. But Arabile, we are quite intrigued and quite curious to hear what Johannesburg Water will have as an intervention to this situation.